Hi, welcome to this demo about AuraPlayer and how to use MCP to interact with the EBS. In this demo, I will show you how I'm going to use AI chat to create orders in EBS. And we'll show you what's happening behind the scene also. Okay, so what is MCP? MCP is the bridge that allows AI agents to talk to other external sources. It's a standard protocol that allows them to investigate what are the tools that they can use and then use them. So here I'm going to present to you the AuraPlayer MCP server, and AuraPlayer MCP server exposes AuraPlayer, which gives you many other services around Oracle forms, around database, around websites. So it allows to expose these capabilities, but in a very controlled manner because we select which services we want to give to the AI agent. Before I get started with EBS and AI, let me first show you a little bit about AuraPlayer. If you know about AuraPlayer, you can fast forward this part, but if not, this would give you context about to help you how this thing works. So this is the AuraPlayer Service Manager Studio. Here we can create the different types of services that we will later call with AI. The main ones being the forms services and HTML services and database services. So let's do form service. I'll just briefly show it. So here I'm restarting to record a flow. The recorder opened the form that I wanted to record. So I have now this form that I want to record, and I can start typing things here. So this is my customer, and then order type, and I can book the order. As you can see, everything that I typed, the input parameters, they are captured. And if I click on an output parameter, like the order number, this would become an output parameter. So now this thing would be able to create an order in EBS. And now I can save it, and this would be a service I can reuse. I can create other orders, give it the customer and the type, and then know what was the order number that was created. Just saving it. Right. Now that I have a service, I can start using it. So you see, I have here a list of all the services I have. I have different types. Some of them are database service, some of them are form service. Yeah, let's look at our create order one. This is our create order. So um, it's this is the input parameter that you saw, the username and out and order type, and we have the output parameters. And then I added a few descriptions. So AI and LLM, they like to have lots of text. So this is an explanation about what are the inputs, what are the outputs, what does it mean to use this service. And then the other thing that I will use, I will make a label out of it and make MCP label. So now that it's MCP label, it just says, it's just a label, but it means that this is a service that is exposed to my MCP. And I also created another service here for the demo, get customers, that is going to give me the list of customers and their address. All right, so now we can see how we can use that using AI. This is Claude Desktop, where you can interact with the Claude AI, and I pre-configured it to use the AuraPlayer MCP server. And let's see what it knows about that. As you can see, Claude is aware that he has these capabilities to get customers and create order. and he knows what it's gonna do. Uh, and even suggest you what you can do. Look up a customer and then use that customer to create an order. So, and you can see what the API looks like. So it's guest customer by country and state. So you can do, you know, like directly using it. Use get customers to get customers from US in state New York. So like a very direct usage of that. So that works. All right, and this is how it looks like. Claude understands that I want to call this thing, and I can give it. It gives you this control about how much to give it or not. You can allow it only for this specific one. You want to control it, or you want to say that always allow, and you can also see what it's trying to do. So you see that it's calling this specific task, and I'm gonna to allow it specifically now, so we can see what it's doing. As you can see, Claude understands how to make it and he knows how to write it. And this is a very kind of direct and naive call, but the nice thing about MCP and AI that it's smart. It can do things. So I can do it very technically, but I can say, for example, create standard sales order for that customer we have on Spring Street. So here I'm not really telling it, go use this API and then use that API. So this is how the chat can understand automatically what its capabilities are and use them. This is obviously still a very simple example, but it's just like a taste of what it can do. So yeah, it's gonna understand that it's going to need to find the customers. Oh, he already knows because we already talked about it. So we already found that, and he's going to create the order. Funny. All right, yeah. So he was smart enough to know that he doesn't even need to look it up. Normally, it would do automatically the first query for the people in New York and find us customer. But now he already did it, so he already knows that that's the customer in Spring Street, and so he knows that he just needs to create it. So I'm going to allow it. Well, the order is created. We can jump back to EBS just to see it. And here's our booked order inside EBS. Next, I want to talk a little bit about OraPlayer MCP versus Oracle MCP. So Oracle MCP is also out there, can also make changes to Oracle databases, can query databases and can update them. And so theoretically, you can do similar things with Oracle MCP. So what is the difference? The difference is that Oracle MCP uses SQL and is good for anyone that understands SQL enough to allow and understand what he's doing or would do it himself. So SQL is very powerful, but it's also completely uncontrolled. You can delete anything you want. You can change the structure of the database, like something that a DBA would do. But anything that you would want to give to a user, you want it to be more controlled. Also, even simple thing like creating an order in EBS is very complicated. When it's going through the UI, through the forms, it's going through validations and it's being logged and audited and all of those things. So the database queries behind it are very, very not trivial. So just giving straight SQL access is not going to be a good solution to give to somebody if they need to create orders. It is very useful, again, for a DBA. If that's what the person is doing, writing SQL, making changes to the database, that's very appropriate. But OuraPlayer MCP is used for a different use case altogether, where you have a business user that you can say, just like if you would give them, think if you would give them SQL machine versus give them a UI. So OuraPlayer MCP is like the nice UI that you say, I need to create an order. Okay, it would do the order like it's supposed to do it. So it's very controlled, secured, and the user can only do what that specific user has the capabilities to do. Unlike the database, usually it's very, very open. Even if you try to restrict it, usually it's very, very wide permissions. That's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And this was a very, very short demonstration about the actual capabilities of AuraPlayer, more about the layer of MCP. But obviously, anything you can do with AuraPlayer, you can expose through MCP. So do check our other videos about the rest of our capabilities. Thank you. Have a good day.